So now we are going to do actual high altitude simulation training. What this is going to do is practice your stress response and therefore enable you to improve your emotional intelligence at the end of the day. The way that this works is much like the preparation for high altitude simulation training. We're going to begin by pinching our nose, holding our breath, and walking. And then when we reach a medium level of air hunger, you're then, instead of stopping there, you're actually going to start to walk faster. And then even as it gets tougher and tougher, I want you to go faster and faster, turning that into a jog, into a fairly fast jog. And then when you can't go any further, working with the stress that is the carbon dioxide accumulation during this breath hold. When you can't go any further there, you stop. And instead, in this moment, instead of allowing yourself to take in a full breath, I want you to sit as much as you can, as best as you can with the discomfort of needing to take a breath, and just allow 6 minimal breaths come in and out through your nose. Something that's going to look like this. Notice I was barely breathing. I hope you could notice. Notice I was barely allowing air in and out through my nose. During those 6 minimal breaths, the diaphragm muscle at the bottom of your lungs might be contracting because it's trying to force your body to take a breath. That's okay. This is also strength training for your diaphragm. So there's some physical adaptations and strength training that's happening, but also maybe most importantly, this is an exercise mentally. How do you handle stress in the moment? All right, let's begin. We are in a standing position. Hopefully you've got some space around you where you can start by walking and then go into a jog. If you don't, you can march in place and then jog in place as well. And during the jogging portion, if you need to drop your hand away from your nose to use your hand in the jogging, that's okay. Just maintain breath holding during all of that. Okay, from a standing position, start to notice the breath as it comes in and out through your nose. Thinking light, thinking slow, thinking deep during our recovery breaths, as well as right now before going into a set of this. Always think LSD, light, slow, deep breathing. Coming into our last full breath. Go ahead and inhale in naturally. Exhale naturally through your nose. And at the bottom of that exhale, pinch your nose, hold your breath, and begin walking. Maybe that's actually walking in your space allowable, or maybe that's marching in place for this. And as it becomes difficult, you reach medium level of air hunger, begin to jog. Continue to hold your breath. If you need, drop your hand, but hold your breath. Keep going, drop out of your head, into your body. Trust that you have enough oxygen in your body for this, and when it becomes too much, that's when you can stop and take those 6 minimal breaths. If you're there already, focus on your stress response. How are you able to focus on taking 6 minimal breaths in the heat of that moment? And then when those breaths are done, allow natural breaths in and out, light, slow, deep. We're here for about 12 recovery breaths. Relax the body. Shake off the stress that just built up. Maybe shake the legs and the knees. Maybe you've got a bit of jelly legs going on. That's normal as well. Recovering light, slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. You're doing great. Keep it up. Last 3 breaths to recover. Two more breaths in this recovery. All right, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Pinch your nose. Hold your breath. Begin walking. Trusting again that this feeling of air hunger is just carbon dioxide that's accumulating. It's not actually a deficit of oxygen in your body. So trust you've got enough oxygen to do this exercise. Maybe you're jogging by now. Continue to jog. Go faster and faster. Trust. There's more than enough oxygen in your body. Keep going. Keep going. And when you can't go any longer, that's when you stop and take those 6 minimal breaths. Allow the diaphragm to contract. Focus on how you're handling stress in this moment. After those 6 minimal breaths, come back to light, slow, deep breathing in and out through your nose to recover. Wiggle of the legs, wiggle of the hands and the shoulders. Shaking off that accumulation of carbon dioxide. We're going to go at this 3 more times. You've got this. We're practicing our stress response right now. This is going to make you more effective of a parent, a leader, a business person, an entrepreneur, an executive, a colleague, a coworker, a friend. How we show up in stressful moments means so much. This is the practice session for that. All right, we're going to take 3 more recovery breaths. Light, slow, and deep. 2 more. Last one. Breathing in, exhaling out. And at the bottom of that exhale, that's when you pinch your nose, hold your breath. Begin walking. Start to prepare your mind for what's to come. And when you reach that medium level of air hunger, begin jogging. Jogging faster. You've got this. Drop out of your head into your body. Let your body do the work here. Trust there's enough oxygen there. Keep going. Keep going. Push yourself here. Whenever you can't go any further, that's when you go to those 6 minimal breaths. Good. Good work. When you reach that point and you're done with your breaths, come back to light, slow, deep breathing. Notice how your body feels from your toes all the way up to your head and back down. Observe what's happening. Observe what this stress feels like in your body. And focus on your mental attitude and fortitude toward that stress. You're really doing an amazing job. Continue to recover for 3 more breaths before we go into our second to last set of high altitude simulation training. Breathing in, slow, light, and deep. And breathing out. Inhaling in, exhaling out. All right, last recovery breath in, exhale out. And at the bottom of that exhale, that's when you pinch your nose, hold your breath. Let's go. Begin slowly. And as it becomes difficult, begin to move faster and faster. and faster. Keep going. You've got this. Dropping out of your head into your body, trusting your body here. And when you can't go any longer, stop. Minimal breaths. Focus on how your mind is handling this stress. And if you're already there, come back to those light, slow, deep recovery breaths. Great work. All right, we've got one more ahead of us. Make this your best set yet. All right, last 3 breaths to recover. Two more breaths. One more. Inhale deeply. Exhale to let the breath go. And at the bottom of that exhale, once again, we're back into it. Prepare yourself. Be present. Be focused. Be resilient. Coming into a jog if that's where you're at. Observe your body right now. You've got this. Keep going. Keep going. Up to the point that you can't go any further. Those 6 minimal breaths, but maintain focus. Feeling the stress, sitting with that discomfort. Whenever you're there, taking light, slow, deep breaths to recover. Shaking off that accumulation of CO2, that stress. Noticing maybe the light around you, the colors around you, maybe it's a bit more vivid than they were before. That's because we just went into that sympathetic nervous system through the stress. The heart is racing. Pupils are dilated. Our mind is sharp. And if you're back with me now, either in front of your computer or your phone, hi, welcome, welcome back. If you're curious to learn more about high altitude simulation training, whether that's for a practice session in stress to improve your emotional intelligence, or if you're actually going to be climbing a mountain sometime soon and you're going to altitude, this type of breathwork training is actually perfect to simulate high altitude no matter where you live, at sea level or otherwise. And it actually can prepare your body and your respiratory system to take on the altitude in your mountain trek or your skiing vacation, whatever you might have coming up for you.